missed 2 free throws. But I think overall, I think we played with good pace. I think we came out with the right mindset. Defensively, we were great in the first quarter. We got stops. We ran, spaced the floor well, passed the ball pretty well, kept our turnovers low until the end of the game. But I think we gave ourselves a chance to win tonight. And I work really hard on my craft every day, so I'm not surprised. I'm surprised I missed 2 free throws. And 3 of the threes I missed were wide open, so I got to tighten up a little bit. But I think overall we're just, I always say it, just keep swimming. We're working on our craft every day. We're doing things the right way, and we don't always get the results that we want. But the intention is there, the preparation is there, and eventually it translates. And I think tonight was a day where it translated long enough for us to win. And we should probably have 7 or 8 wins right now, but we'll continue to learn and grow and try to stack days like this.
You're now a part of a very elite group of players who have dropped 45-plus for 3 different franchises. Is that a point of pride for you to be able to go to a different place and still supply that same level of offense?
Yeah, I should have had 50 tonight, but I think that's what I've done my whole life, man. I prepare, I maximize my talent, I take advantage of each day. These types of nights, they happen, but for me it starts with how I start my days, how I finish my days. We had a back-to-back. I spent the day with my family, and then once we put our kids down, I went to the gym. Got work in with my guy Diggs. Next night, same thing. Go through the day and get my work in with DV. Come back at night, get my work in with Diggs, get my work in with my PT. We do some movement stuff. We do core stability. We lift. We take advantage of each day and we stack them. And, sometimes you have great nights, sometimes you don't. But the work is the work. And I consistently have done it, since I was 5 years old. I had this vision and this dream of what I was going to live my life like and maximizing my talents. And it doesn't matter where I go. My game translates everywhere. The way I play, catch and shoot, off the bounce. I can chill in the corner. I can run the offense. I can do a lot of different things, and I think you guys will see, throughout the season that that's what I do.
CJ, Atlanta cuts the lead to 59-46. You guys call the timeout. You come back and hit a 3. You've been this way since Lehigh. Like, do you just embrace those moments?
Yeah. Coach drew up an ATO, got a great screen, caught it, got it closed out, but I hit a few already, so shot ready. We worked on shot prep, just being ready, loading up and just being deliberate with the release. And DV talks about like machines, right? Machines just grab the pop and drop the pop, right? You just keep doing it over and over again. You put the money in the machine and it does it over and over again. It doesn't think. You don't change anything until there's a malfunction in the machine. And, historically I haven't had many malfunctions, in my game. So it's just, continuing to swim every day, get in the water and swim.
Yeah, were you tied the franchise record for threes in a game. Were you aware of that during the game?
No, I would have shot a couple more. Just to, I don't like tying records. It's either you break it or you don't. You know what I mean? So we'll revisit this, and I'll hit 11 again before the year's over. Yeah.
We watched Alex Sara last year. I can't remember him being as physical around the basket as he was, or he has been this year. But going up against a guy like Porzingis, just going right at him. What have you made of the way that he's learned how to use his physicality?
He's been great, all year. He prepares, and the results are going to come when you prepare the way that this team has historically. The player development, they've done a great job of getting with their coaches, watching the film, getting their work in the morning, getting their work in, later at night. When I went to the gym last night, Bilal was in there. 2 nights ago, Bub was in there. Guys are getting their work in consistently, and that's why you get results. They're hungry. They understand. This is a special opportunity to take advantage of your talents in a city, like this, which is a great city, a great organization, and they're giving you freedom to explore your game. So it's a disservice to not take advantage.
CJ, with the ability that you all have been able to kind of stack these stretches together to start this season, and now you've had a couple of games where you've been able to do it for nearly a full 48 before tonight. Is this something that, as vets, you, Corey, AG, Chris, can go to the young guys and say, this is kind of what we've been talking about since training camp, of when you stack the right habits and you learn to fight through runs and be resilient, this is how we can put things together to continue to play the right way?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've made strides in the right direction. The results just haven't been there consistently for us. But I think we've played better basketball throughout the season. From the beginning to now. Even some of the losses, Minnesota, obviously we got down 26 and came back and got it down to 6 against a really good team. So like the strides that we're taking and making are showing. But now it's about sustainability, and I think we're translating, our work in private to 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. and I think that's what it's about. Learning how to play through mistakes, learning how to, execute out of timeouts, learning how to go on a run, learning how to respond to a run. I think you have to go through it, and I think now we're starting to understand, like, it's a long game. There's going to be lulls, there's going to be times where they go on runs, but if we do what we're supposed to do possession after possession, we'll have more nights like tonight.
As much as people may watch the game and understand the physical work that goes into it, what is also the mental aspect and that type of work that takes to be able to withstand a team going up 27 in Minnesota, Atlanta cutting it to 13 here tonight, and just being able to take those punches, but having the mental power to punch back?
Yeah, I think this league is full of talented players. Everybody's talented, but the players that have that mental fortitude to push forward are the ones that last long and the ones that are able to make a difference consistently throughout a season. We're all good at basketball. We all have great staff. We all have great resources, chefs, everything. The separator is mentally. Can you push through? Can you lock in? Can you focus? Can you not waver under pressure? Can you be consistent when things are going well? Can you be consistent when things aren't going well? I think, for me, I could have been 2 for 7 tonight. The mentality is the same. The approach is the same. How I carry myself is the same. In the locker room, at home with my family, I'm just consistent in terms of how I approach the game. And when I go home, my kids don't care if I had 45 or 2. But I think the difference is throughout a season, if you turn on the game, you shouldn't be able to tell if somebody's shooting well or not. You should just see them playing hard and executing. I think we're getting to that level and to that point.
CJ, it seems like Bub had one of his best games of the season tonight. What do you think helped him perform that way, and how can he build on that moving forward?
I think he wasn't hesitant tonight. Besides the 3 he turned down when he traveled, and I told him, you just got to shoot the ball. I think he's, continuing to figure out his balance between making plays, getting into paint, and taking his own shots. But, he's been in the gym at night. He's really paying attention. He's watching film, and he's learning his own game and learning the NBA game all at the same time in year 2. So I think he's going to continue to make strides. We're not even a quarter through the season. What is this, game 16? So there's a lot of growth that's going to take place. And, by the time we get to Christmas, I think he'll be, much more comfortable.
CJ, as a vet, do you believe in the notion of the hot hand?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a such thing as a flow state, and I think, the best players find it more often than not. Like Steph, obviously, he's figured out ways to continue to kind of live in the flow state, but then the veteran presence of their team, they get them the ball, right? Draymond, there's movement, there's sets, there's plays, but it's also offensive rebounds. I think when you do things the right way, the ball finds you. The ball finds energy, but I do believe in the hot hand.
So when you're on a heater like tonight, is there any sense of where you're getting your shots from, or it just feels right when it leaves your hand?
I knew I was going to have a good game today just because I had 2 days off, so we had a back-to-back. And just slowly, my margins of error have been, close. I've been missing wide-open threes. I've been missing layups, so I'm right there. And we talked about it. We watched the film, and me and DV were laughing. I was like, yo, I'm right there. I was like, yo, I'll be over 40 from 3 in 3 games. I was like, because the margins are like this. I'm missing, slightly left, in and out. I was like, it's right there. And I was like, once I get this extra work in, kind of tighten things up, tighten the screws a little bit, I was like, we're on the cusp of an explosion. And I felt good. I had back-to-back. I got a workout in after back-to-back. I got another one in, and then I got a great movement, stability lift in where my body feels good. I got to play with Play-Doh with my son today. I got to watch cars with my daughter. So it was just I feel good, euphorically, my body feels good. I've allowed my work to kind of dictate how I approach these games. I've been prepared, but I was like, it's only a matter of time. And I told him to shoot around today. I was like, it's gonna be a nice night for everybody tonight, especially me.
Sorry. Hey, CJ, over here. So Chase mentioned that you tied the 3-point record. You tied Trevor Ariza.
That's my guy.
Yeah,
Trev,
I was going to ask, what's that mean to you, tying him from your Portland days?
No, I love Trev. That's my guy, man. I'm going to break it now that I know it's his. But No, he's a really good dude, good soul. His son is nice too. His son is really good at basketball, and he just had a good spirit, a really good spirit. I enjoyed my time with him for sure.
Sure. And if I could ask about that crazy run in the first quarter, you had the big night, but you weren't alone out there. Corey Kispert was also, on it. So can you describe watching the baton get passed in real time like that, and watching someone else be just as hot as you are?
I mean, this is a guy who just does his job consistently. Some nights he plays a lot, some nights he doesn't. Doesn't complain. He works every day, shows up. Quarter zip crew. He's in his quarter zip, getting his jumpers in the weight room consistently. So you like to see guys, have success, that take the game seriously, that do things the right way, and are, well-intentioned individuals.
CJ, with Alex and his defense, what have you noticed about him as a rim protector, but also his ability to kind of deter teams from going inside?
No, I think his motor is continuing to get better defensively in terms of understanding that he can block shots. He's going after them more, and I think coaches continue to challenge him, like, you got to contest everything. So I think he's doing a better job of that and utilizing that athleticism and that timing.
What can that do for a defense downstream, having someone like that at the back line?
We know we can funnel, players towards him, and that he's going to protect us. Obviously, we got to crack back and block out his man when he jumps and goes for the ball. But I think he's continuing to take real strides, and he had a great defensive possession on the switch. He sat down, got this steal, and went down and got fouled in the layup. So he's continuing to do a better job of taking the challenges.
Okay, yeah. CJ, hi, CJ. As a former Trailblazer, you're playing out there over a decade. A Chinese player named Hansen Yang was drafted by Portland this year. Could you please give him some advice on how to quickly adjust to the Trailblazers and to life in the city of Portland?
Yeah, I think he's got a great group of leaders around him. Obviously, stay close to Dame. I think that'll be helpful. Teaching him the ins and outs of the league, preparation, how to take care of your body, what restaurants to eat at. Yeah. Dame loves sushi, so I'm sure he's probably told him about Bamboo Sushi and all the spots that he likes out there. But I think, all in all, I think he's in a great spot. I think they're going to do a great job of nurturing.